After I finished Time Frame, my third Vex themed map, I told myself, Ascend, this is it. This is 3 maps, this one looks really good, you nailed it, it's fine, you're done making these maps. And I was for the longest time. And then I played the Destiny 2 beta. And that promise went out the window. And I said to myself, well, okay, if you're gonna do this, it's gotta be good. Better than the 3 maps before it. And I think I may have just pulled it off. Perpetuance is my 4th map inspired by the Vex architecture from Destiny, and I wanted Perpetuance to outperform all 3 maps before it, both in terms of aesthetics and gameplay. I took a lot of what I learned with Time Frame and its art and applied it here on Perpetuance, with going in with the extra detail and the deterioration of the concrete structures and the technology laying underneath and seeing those different metallic layers, but being aware that it's never going to be as detailed as it is in Destiny, but there's so many tricks I could do to make it look close enough, In Perpetuance, instead of just doing really blocky, withering away, I tried some angles, imagine if someone had took a chisel to the block or something like that, or like a section of the concrete itself had broken away. There's more of that on Perpetuance as compared to something like Gatelord, where everything is very strictly 90 degrees and it's block after block after block. But on Perpetuance, it's more like some of these layers are getting peeled away, there's sections of the concrete chipped off, and it feels more natural to me especially, and I feel like this is a much better way to represent that time-worn element that the Vex architecture really fronts. Thematically, Perpetuance is inspired by the Nessus areas of Destiny 2, pretty much the only spot you get to go to in the first part of the Destiny beta, and I wanted to really tie in like the huge Vex milk waterfall structure, and I wish I had access to red foliage, but there just is none in Halo 5, and that's just how it is. After a while I was fine with that because I said to myself, well, this is your location, you want to make the player feel immersed in this spot right here. And sure, there's no red foliage, but surely the whole planet can't only have red foliage. So there's some type of leeway there for me, at least thematically. All in all, I do feel like the aesthetics on Perpetuance are the best I've had of any Vex map. Time Frame was still very pretty and all, but I look back at those 3 maps before this one and I'm like, man, I think I did it here. This is probably my best so far, and I'm personally happy with that improvement of theme, and I do feel like over time I have gotten better with it. And hopefully that reflects with the player and they can fire up the map and be like, yo, I'm on Nessus, or I'm playing Destiny and this is some Vex structure. That's what I want to deliver to the player. Just like aesthetics, I was really focused on gameplay on this map. I wanted this to be a very enjoyable 4v4 experience for Halo, but I wanted to tie in some of those quirky Destiny elements. On Slayer, there's a rocket launcher that locks on, like Destiny rocket launchers do, and it even has a cluster bomb effect to it. And I was really hesitant at first to put this on the map, but after having it play a couple times, it plays basically like a normal rocket that just has the ability to lock on, and to my own surprise, the lock-on function wasn't being used that much. It's just something quirky that you have the option to do. The binary rifle really struck me as a great line rifle, which is what the Vex Hobgoblins use, which the Vex Snipers. I felt that was quirky and neat. But Perpetuance actually features a dynamic weapon set that changes depending on what game mode you're playing. If you're playing Team Slayer, you'll have access to rockets in the binary, but if you fire up strongholds, now you're playing with a railgun and an invis. I wanted to have that variety in play and that better balancing depending on what game mode you're playing. All in all, I'm pretty satisfied with this map. I've had a lot of fun playtesting it, I've got a lot of good feedback from the community, and I want to give a shout out to everybody that helped me test the early versions of this map from the first playtest all the way to now at release. The map will probably still be updated as we go on and as we get more feedback from people, so don't be afraid to tell me what you think. I'm always looking for feedback and it helps me improve as a forger. If you like what you see here, be sure to bookmark the map and give it a play or two, and if you liked the video, be sure to like it, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe. It helps me out and I really appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.